Some people are calling the month of May a dry month for the Nintendo Switch because of no major Nintendo release in the month. March we had Zelda, April we had Mario Kart, June we have ARMS, but the month of May doesn't have one. So some people are like, oh, there's no games. But there's actually 3 games that we know of that I'm really looking forward to on the Nintendo Switch that are coming out this month. The first one being Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers. Obviously, I'm a Street Fighter fan, and I think that game is going to be really fun. Second, RPG owners have Dicegia 5 complete. I don't know how to say it. I never know how to say it, but it looks like a really good RPG game. And the third game is a game for basketball fans. Now, I am a big fan of basketball. I love basketball video games. I love the NBA. And NBA Playgrounds is a game that has been on my radar. And luckily, I was able to get an early copy of the game. So I've been playing it on my Nintendo Switch. Now, this isn't going to be a full review. If you want my full review, check back, depending when you're watching this, in about a week or so on Nintendo Enthusiast YouTube channel and, of course, the website. Online is not up right now for the game for Switch owners, so I'm not able to test out that aspect, so I'm definitely not able to give a full review. So consider this more my first impressions of the game. So if you're interested in NBA Playgrounds, is it a game that you should pick up? Is it worth the price? Let's find out. So if you've played NBA Jam or NBA Hang Time, definitely more towards NBA Hang Time, on the 16-bit systems, you kind of know what you're getting with NBA Playgrounds. It's that same sort of 2-on-2 fast-paced action. And the gameplay is actually really good. I like the way things play out. So in a game like NBA Jam or NBA Hang Time, all of the main roster is already available. You already have all the characters. But in NBA Playgrounds, it plays out a little differently. At the start of the game, you get a bunch of packs of cards, sort of like the trading baseball cards and basketball cards from Upper Deck that we had as kids. And each pack of cards contains 5 players, and then you unlock those 5 players. If you get a gold pack, you have a higher chance of getting a legendary player or a top tier player who has specific moves. If you get, someone like Patrick Ewing, he has specific moves. Sean Kemp has specific moves. Most of the legendary players do. So that's actually pretty cool. I like how not everything is available right at the start. You don't have to buy packs with real money, which is a huge thing in my opinion. So I like how that plays out. And the way you earn more packs is literally just by playing the game, whether you're playing exhibition or tournament mode, and I assume online as well. You unlock XP, and that XP extends to you as a player and your characters as well. So the more you play with certain characters, the more XP you unlock for those characters, the more moves they have available to them, which is another thing I like. So I souped up with Nicholas Batum from the Charlotte Hornets, of course, and Patrick Ewing from the Knicks, because I'm a huge old school Knicks fan, and I started playing the game, and what I played was pretty fun. So you have the exhibition mode, which is where you could pretty much customize what you want to do, how many points you want to play to, and whatnot, and then you just pick against 2 other characters, and boom, you're thrown in. And as far as the gameplay is concerned, it's pretty much like NBA Jam or NBA Hang Time. You have your, fast-paced action, a lot of 3-pointers, a lot of big fancy dunks. You could throw alley-oops, you could push people over, shove them over. It's definitely sort of like an NBA Jam for the modern era, and I like that. They didn't need to reinvent the wheel. If something as good and solid as NBA Jam already exists, you might as well just sort of emulate that and maybe improve upon it in some aspects. And what I like about the game is the more spectacular things you do in the game, there's a little XP meter that builds up, and when that XP meter builds up, you get a random upgrade for a certain amount of time. So whether it's unlimited turbo, whether it's the ability to hit a shot from anywhere on the court, whether it's super dunks, that's a cool thing in the game. So you build up that XP meter by doing dunks, by blocking shots, getting steals and stuff like that. It fills up pretty quick, and then it gives you a little added extra incentive. Now, the tournaments in the game are pretty interesting as well, but pretty basic. This is how you unlock more basketball courts. I believe there's 7 or 8 courts to unlock. I've unlocked a couple so far. Each has their own little soundtrack. Each has their own little theme. And it's pretty fun. You basically just play a series of 4 matches against different seeded opponents, and when you win, you get that XP, you can get more cards to unlock, and then of course you get an upgraded court, or a new court, excuse me, and some other incentives. So it plays out well. I think there's enough content. Definitely the card collecting makes you keep wanting to play the game. You want to unlock all the basketball players. You want to see who else is there. And another quick thing that I like is if you open a pack and you already have that player, and it's in that same pack, that player will get upgraded XP. They'll get 100 XP since you pulled the same card. So that's pretty cool too. And then of course you got to talk about the graphics, the music, and all that jazz. Graphically, the game looks pretty good. Some of the character models, the faces look a bit wonky. They do have the big head mode. Carmelo Anthony surprisingly looks really weird, I think. But for the most part, it's that sort of cartoony big head mode, which is indicative of the basketball. There is a commentary team, a two-man team that's pretty decent. You know, I wouldn't say they're as iconic as the NBA Jam guy, but they call the action well. And, you know, the music is decent. The music is locked into each court. So like the New York court has sort of a, you know, New York rap beat. The Japan court has sort of, you know, an Oriental themed rap beat. Really fun game though. You know, it's a $20 game. They are saying that they're adding more characters and there's going to be more card packs available. The characters will actually be free. I don't know if they're doing any paid DLC for this game. They haven't said either way yet. But for what you get for 20 bucks so far from what I played, I think it's definitely worth it if you're a fan of NBA Jam or basketball in general. The game looks decent on the tablet as well. If you're playing in handheld mode, everything runs nice and smooth. The graphics do take a bit of a downgrade. Not quite as big as the Snake Pass downgrade, but there is a bit of a downgrade, but it's definitely playable. It definitely looks good. You can use each Joy-Con as its separate controller, so you can kick up that kickstand and play multiplayer anywhere. There's a lot of positive things going with this game, and it's unfortunate that I can't try out the online multiplayer because I really want to see what that's about. I want to see what I'm able to do, if I'm able to link up with friends and stuff like that. But from what I've played so far, I like it. I like what I'm playing. I want to play more, and I will continue to play more. So if you're a fan of NBA games, if you're a fan of that old school arcade action, you definitely probably will want to check out NBA Playgrounds because it's a pretty fun game. Like I said, this is not my complete review. If you want my complete review, be on the lookout for the Nintendo Enthusiast YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. I'm still doing stuff over there. And of course, check out the Nintendo Enthusiast website. Are you interested in NBA Playgrounds? Does it look like a game you're interested in? Does it look like a game you want to play? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.
RGT 85, RGT 85. RGT 85.